Hey guys, so we got a message on Facebook asking us how do we apply our decoupage paper to like paper like cardstock. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I do it. Now I mostly use these kind of things for like picture frames and stuff like that, but you can apply it to anything that you're doing. I'm going to take you through how I iron on this decoupage paper to the cardstock. So let's get started. Alright guys, so the first thing that I'm going to do is soften the edges of my rice paper. So I just take a paintbrush and a little bit of water, not a lot of water at all, you're just wanting to damp the edges of your rice paper, and then I just use my fingernail to just kind of pull away at the edges. The purpose behind this is just to make my lines softer and make it look more like a worn piece of paper. So after I get that done, we're just going to work on the Mod Podge. So this is just cardstock, and I'm just using Mod Podge, and I'm just putting a pretty thin, even coat on it. You don't want to go too heavy. I mean, you're just wanting to cover the page, so that way when you go to iron this decoupage paper on it, it'll be all the way glued down. So we're just going to set that to the side and let it dry completely. And then once it is, I'll put my rice paper back on it. I take a piece of parchment paper and I lay it on top of both of my papers, and then I just lightly iron it on. And that is how I iron my decoupage paper onto cardstock. Alright guys, so this is my finished project. This is cardstock, so it's a little bit thicker than printer paper, but that's how I did it. That's how I decoupaged my rice paper to cardstock. So what I usually use these things for are like picture frames and stuff like that. That's how I do it. So if you're doing paper crafting or stuff like that, you can do the same thing. One tip that I will give you is if you do the iron-on method, just beware of moisture, because this is paper and then it's the Mod Podge. There can be some moisture. It's not bad and it dries and it's not really heavy, but it's just because of the heat and the paper. So just keep that in mind, but it's not really an issue whatsoever. So, but yeah, that's my finished project. So now I can go put it in a frame.